and welcome to Scraplift Saturday with me, Helen. You can see the inspiration piece for the month, and once again, I didn't really follow it. This is the layout that I'm scraplifting. It's actually a traveller's notebook layout by Kelly Barron, but I used that for my inspiration. And you can see here, I've pulled out some papers from the Simple Stories Domestic Bliss range and a few others actually. And I wanted to go with that whole double or the page split in half like Kelly's Traveller's Notebook layout, two separate single pages. And because Kelly likes to do some paint work, I thought I'll get out some paint and I'll do some paint on my page. And because it's just dress paint, it reacts with water, so I played around with it. And then I had a good look at it and went, ew, yuck. And I thought, okay, I'll persevere, I'll stick the paper down and see what happens. Didn't make it look any better. And I looked at it and decided that the best thing to do was to cover it up with more patterned paper. And anyway, Kelly's layout has actually got two different bits of patterned paper as background, and I think this one turns out much better with a patterned background rather than that awful painted frame. I decided to take it off to my sewing machine as well and sew down the middle, and here you can see this is how I always end up finishing off the sewing at the back. I use my little pokey tool, pull it through, and then stick it down with some double-sided tape. In Simple Stories, they have the 6x8 patterned pads as well, and I really like those pads because it gives you a good size. And as you can see, I pulled out one that had that yellow frame, and I really liked the yellow, but it was too big, and then I was like, do I cut it down, don't I? And then I found a scrap of some more yellow that was just the perfect size. So I figured that's the way to go. Also, you saw I pulled out a couple of doilies. One I had coloured up and put back because I didn't like it at the time. And if I had probably had two that colour, I might have used the greenish, but I couldn't remember how I coloured it because it was such a long time. So I decided to go with the white. Here you can see I'm just patterning, using some more patterned paper to do some layers behind the photo. In Kelly's layout, she also had a few patterned layers behind her photo, so I did the same. I went through the embellishment pack for Domestic Bliss. Didn't really think a vacuum cleaner and a few other household items actually went with this layout, but I found, or any of the ones that had the colours that I liked or something that I thought I could possibly use, I pulled out. Here you can see I also got some pieces out of another Simple Stories range, and at the moment the name escapes me. It could have been I Am or another one just in the last year or so. But anyway, one of the cut apart sheets were these labels, perfect for that side. And I mean, that's what Kelly did on her layout, her traveller's notebook. She had some labels. So I have followed her layout fairly closely, I must admit. Don't normally do that, but I really liked it, and so I went with it. And as this layout is about trophy I won in December at my local bridge club, because that's something new I've tried to learn in the last year is the game of bridge, I knew I had a tiny deck of cards in my stash, so I got them out and I used those cards for embellishments. I mean, it's bridge. You've got to use some cards. I've used some of the letter stickers and the love was another a sticker from one of the, it was from Domestic Bliss from, I think, the sticker sheet. And I'm just going through different stickers to make my embellishments. I got a little bit stuck with these two, and then I realised, I added these word stickers to the top of the photo, mainly because I didn't like the glare in the photo from the sunlight. And then as I'm going through, I realised that Kelly had another spot for embellishments, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll add that one as well. And a few more stickers. What's one of the good things about the Simple Stories range is they have plenty of sheets of stickers. And I'm just adding some little paper hearts. And in a minute, I'm going to pull out some enamel dots. There you go. Add those as well. And really, that's about it. It was a pretty straightforward layout to make. I must admit, I did cut out a few minutes worth of me shuffling things around. But all in all, it was pretty straightforward and came together really nicely. When you use a set of coordinating products, it does help. Those cactuses really have nothing to do with the reason behind the layout, like bridge, but I like the little pop of colour, and so I went with it. Bit of journaling to finish off, and really that's the finished layout. So I challenge you. How about having a go at scrapbooking a traveller's notebook spread and see how you go? Or use this one. Thank you to Kelly Barron for creating her original layout, and thank you for watching. Take care now. Bye.